Okay, you know that line on your paycheck? The one that says Social Security? We all see it every single pay period. But what is it really for? It turns out it's way more than just a retirement plan. It's actually a huge safety net for you and your family. So let's dive in and demystify it.
All right? There's a question pretty much everyone has. You see the money go out, you hear people talking about it, but the whole thing can feel like this big, complicated black box. Well, today we're going to pry that box open and see exactly what's going on inside.
All right, so the first big thing to get your head around is this. Social Security is not a personal savings account. It's not like a 401k where there's a pile of money with your name on it. Think of it more like an insurance policy, a massive, nationwide insurance policy that we all pay into, designed to catch us during some of life's toughest moments.
Now, the official government name for this whole thing is a real mouthful. OASDHI. I know, it looks like total alphabet soup, but believe it or not, this crazy acronym is actually the perfect roadmap for us. It literally spells out the four main things Social Security does: old age, survivors, disability, and health insurance, which you probably know by its other name, Medicare.
So most of us think Social Security is all about retirement, right? Well, we're actually going to start with the parts that can kick in long before you're thinking about your golden years. Let's look at the S and the D in OASDHI, survivors and disability insurance. This is where survivors' benefits come into play. It's the insurance part of the program kicking in, providing a really vital financial lifeline to a worker's family if the unthinkable happens. The very first thing that's paid out is a one-time payment of $255. And here's a wild fact for you. That number hasn't changed in over 60 years. It's kind of a crazy historical detail, and it really highlights why the ongoing monthly benefits are what truly matter.
Yeah, the real support is in those potential monthly checks, and the coverage is broader than you might think. We're not just talking about an elderly widow or widower. Benefits can go to a surviving spouse of any age if they're raising a young child, or directly to the kids themselves while they're in school. It can even go to elderly parents if their child was their main source of support.
Okay, but this is critical. There's a potential gap in benefits that's known as the blackout period. Here's how it works. When the youngest child turns 16, the surviving spouse's benefit stops. Just stops. The child might still get benefits for a couple more years, but that parent could get nothing for decades until they're old enough to claim their own benefit at age 60. It's a huge gap to be aware of. Now for the D in our acronym, disability. And this is so important because the way you probably think about disability is not how Social Security sees it. Most of us think, I'm a carpenter and I hurt my back. I can't do my job. But Social Security's definition is way, way stricter. They ask, can you do any job that exists in the economy? It's a world of difference. And because the definition is so tough, the rules are too. It has to be a total disability, not a partial one. It needs to be long-term, expected to last for at least a year or be terminal. And even if you're approved, there's a 5-month waiting period before you see a dime. On top of all that, you have to have worked and paid in long enough to even be eligible. It is a very high bar to clear.
Okay, let's move on to the part everyone knows about, the O for old age, or as we all call it, retirement. For millions of Americans, this is the absolute foundation of their financial life after they stop working.
The first thing you need to figure out is your full retirement age, or FRA. As you can see from this chart, it depends on when you were born. For a long time, it was 65, but it's been slowly creeping up. For anyone born in 1960 or later, your new magic number is 67. That's the age you're entitled to 100% of the benefit you've earned. But here's the thing. When you choose to start taking your benefits makes a huge difference. You can start as early as age 62, but your monthly check will be permanently smaller. If you wait until that full retirement age, you get the whole pie. But if you can hold out until age 70, your benefit actually grows, giving you a significantly bigger check every month for the rest of your life. It's a massive trade-off.
Oh, and one more key thing. Let's say you want to claim your benefits early but also keep working part-time. What you need to know about the earnings test. If you're under your full retirement age and you earn more than a certain amount, some of your benefits will be temporarily held back. Now, you don't lose that money forever, but it will affect your cash flow. The good news is, the moment you hit your full retirement age, that limit completely disappears.
And finally, we've come to the last piece of our puzzle, the HI for health insurance. You know this one. It's Medicare. This is the federal health coverage that works hand in hand with Social Security retirement benefits. So who gets Medicare?
Well, the main group is, of course, people 65 and older. But just like the other benefits, there are some really important exceptions. For example, if you're younger than 65 but have been on Social Security disability for 2 years, you can get it. And for people with specific severe conditions like ALS or kidney failure, the wait is much shorter, or even waived entirely.
So Original Medicare is basically split into two halves. Part A is your hospital insurance. Think inpatient stays, skilled nursing facilities, that kind of thing. For most people who've paid taxes for about a decade, Part A is premium-free. Then there's Part B, and that's your medical insurance for things like doctor's visits and outpatient care. And for this part, most people do pay a monthly premium.
Wow, okay. We have covered a lot of ground, from survivor's insurance all the way to healthcare. So let's just take a step back and bring it all together. What's the big picture here?
At the end of the day, that deduction from your paycheck is funding this incredible 4-part safety net that lasts your entire life. It protects your family if you're gone, it gives you an income if you can't work, it's the bedrock of your retirement, and it gives you health insurance when you're older. It's a huge deal.
You know, ultimately, Social Security is more than just a government program. It's really a social contract. It's a promise that we've all made to each other across generations to provide some stability and security when life gets unpredictable.
Look, the system is definitely complex, no doubt about it, but it belongs to all of us. It's yours, and just understanding how it works is the first step to making smart decisions for your own future. So what's your next move? Go to the Social Security Administration's website and look up your personal statement. See what your future benefits actually look like, because it's your future after all.